Hey everybody, this is Geek This Week, and I am Talon Dillman, and
I am Daniel.
Right on, and there is a bunch of stuff that happened last week. We're going to go over some of it right now.
So this week in gaming,
we've received a bit of good news regarding Telltale Games recently. After the company released the final episode of The Walking Dead, the company met an unfortunate demise, following what the executives consider a terrible fiscal year. It was a sad time as many people were looking forward to further installments of one of the many beloved Telltale games. Fortunately, we may still get to see these sequels yet, as it is announced that Telltale Games was recently bought out and revitalized by a company known as LCG Entertainment. Though they have not specified which projects they plan on working on, it is likely that The Walking Dead and Stranger Things stories will not be continued. The new executives at Telltale, Jamie Ottley and Brian Waddle, will be offering freelance positions to developers that previously worked at Telltale, with the option to be hired on full-time at a later date. The executives assure that they are working very hard not to repeat mistakes in the past and keep themselves from being spread too thin. We prefer they take all the time they need.
The official release of the World of Warcraft Classic service went live, and they were more than a little popular. It is estimated that the average number of players in those servers skyrocketed beyond that any of the previously released expansions, and unfortunately for many, the wait times showed it. Within the first few days of release, there were queues of 10,000 or more players waiting to get into play. The overpopulation affected more than just a wait time. People that actually managed to get into the game found it extremely difficult to kill monsters or farm items because everything would disappear within seconds of spawning. Luckily, Blizzard seems to be prepared and has been creating new servers almost daily since launch, allowing more and more players to enjoy the classic experience. Just a few days ago, we even saw somewhat a digital celebration as hundreds of thousands of people tuned in to watch a Twitch streamer reach level 60 in the game. Even 15 years after the launch of the game, WoW is still one of the most popular games in the world. Wow! It looks like the 90s classic Pokemon clone, Monster Rancher, will be ported for mobile and the Nintendo Switch. The original release was far more popular in Japan, with more of a small following in the US. This new release will allow an entirely new generation to experience the monster fighting management game. There is still some time before release. They say they are at 70% complete. The game has been priced at 1900 yen, or about $25. The price might be steep for some, but for others it is likely well worth the price. We are eager to see what improvements and features they are adding to the port.
This week in tech. If you've ever wanted to stay away from, your office or school for the day because you're sick, now you can, and really effectively with the new Double 3. While you've actually been able to do this since 2015, the new Double 3 you can do even more effectively. The self-driving two-wheel video conferencing robot has an array of 3D sensors that enable the Double 3 to move around its environment safely. All you have to do is click on a location and the Double 3 will get there, allowing you to tilt and pan the camera to look around your environment. No longer will you have to be carried around by your friends if you still want to hang out, if you're still homesick or traveling, or you just don't want to actually move. Lab-grown mini brains have started making brain waves. Published this last Thursday, these mini brain organoids offer a great way to study a wide range of brain diseases and disorders. Because these brain waves are starting to become closer to something that might resemble awareness, some questions are starting to be asked about the ethical guidelines behind the experiments. We're a long way off from replicating a human brain, but how close to humans do we really want to get? How long before Dr. Frankenstein can just create a brain instead of having to steal one?
In other news this week, it turns out that thermal detonators, even if they only contain Coca-Cola, are banned by the TSA. That's not great news for anyone who was hoping to take home one of the collectible bottles from Disney's new Star Wars land. Unfortunately, according to Ask TSA Twitter, replica and inert explosives are not allowed either in carry-on or checked bags.
There's a lot of great stuff to go over this week, but really to sum it all up, I think we just have to say, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, definitely, we had a great games, different expectations for some.
Lines for bosses, though.
Yeah,
that's killer.
That's killer.
Well, that's all the news we have for this week. Tune in next week for all your new geeky and nerdy news with Geek This Week. Hey everybody, Geek This Week is back. Woo! Yes! We're going to be releasing new episodes every Thursday about all the news that went on in the previous week. I apologize for the late turnaround, but we are all college students and we all have jobs and homework to get to. But we promise to get you all the news you need to keep up to date with everything geeky and nerdy. Thanks for watching.